A lot of these cruise comments on the internet, they have to be fake. They have to be trolls. Because if they're not, yeah, I'm seriously worried. Because if this is the way people are thinking, the human race might be in trouble. Good Saturday morning, everybody. Chris here with High Seas Cruising. Welcome to today's video, and we're back. We got some new comments for you this week, and this week's question is going to be, are they real or are they fake? Are these real issues and problems that cruisers are facing and they don't get it, they don't know, they don't understand? Are these fake posts? Are they trolls? Are they people simply looking to put out misinformation, junk comments, just people looking for reactions for the things that they say on the internet? So let's jump in, let's read them, and let's ask ourselves, real or fake? Because I personally think a lot of them, they have to be fake, right? First up today, we're going to talk about guaranteed cabins. Now, if you're a first-time cruiser and you've never booked a guaranteed cabin before, I get why this situation could confuse you or possibly bother you. Because booking a guaranteed cabin means a cruise line picks your cabin for you, something within the category that you selected. It has to be the category you picked or higher. This also usually means you're not going to get the best rooms, the premium rooms. Sometimes it happens, but a lot of times you get what's left over, what other people didn't want. Guaranteed cabins are cheaper, and that's kind of the trade-off you make. So yeah, being a first-time cruiser, you may not know that. But how many times does this have to happen to you before you realize that maybe it's your choice and not the cruise lines? Paid for an ocean view, and this is what we were given. Guest services said this is a common practice. Pay for something you are not guaranteed to receive. Not just our room, but also our parents'. Shady business practices. Never again with this cruise line. Third time, and each there has been an issue, but paying for something and be given the cheaper room without any compensation is basically just ripping people off. Done with Carnival. Side note for all the comments about we should have selected our room, on Carnival website, you are not given a room option with the window cabins. You choose obstructed view or ocean view. We chose and paid for ocean view. Our rooms were assigned yesterday, even though we booked over 6 months ago. Also, we had a partial view. Our parents are staring at a life raft. Okay, let's break this one down. Yes, if you book an ocean view cabin, you can select your room and pick one with a view that you like. But they even said in the comment, hey, we booked 6 months ago. We just got our room assignments here recently. That's a guaranteed cabin booking. You get what's left over. You took the cheaper option. This is what happens. This is what you can get. Even the people in the comments were like, pick your own room. This won't be an issue. This won't be a problem. And again, had this been a first-time cruiser, the very first time this ever happened, you could be a little more sympathetic. But they even say in their own comment, this is the third time this has happened. We booked a guaranteed room. We didn't get the view we wanted. They didn't give us compensation? Come on. So the question is, real or fake? Because either this person is just not smart enough to grasp the concept of how booking cabins work, or it's fake. Next, we got a list of complaints about cruises from someone who says, I've been on many cruises. I've been on lots of cruises. But the part I don't get, if you've been on lots of cruises, you are so familiar with cruising and how cruising works. And I've cruised different cruise lines. And while there are differences, there's also a lot of similarities. How do you just not understand? How have you not learned to check, research, do any kind of investigation before you book something, and then you write this? Now, this is an older comment. This comment is a couple years old. It had popped up again recently, which is another reason why I think it might simply be fake or trolling. Our family cruise out of Manhattan Monday, August the 5th, 2024 through Tuesday, August the 13th, 2024 on Carnival Venezia. A disgrace, a disaster, a disappointment, the 3Ds, the worst. We left out of New York Pier 74 Manhattan Cruise Terminal. I would never ever give Carnival any more revenue from this disgusting cruise we went on. Let me start. We only had 2 small pools on board that could not hold enough people around the pool compared to other cruise companies that I've been on. And trust me, I've been on many. The air conditioning in the hallways did not work. Brought it to the concierge desk, attention, and nothing was done all week. Never fixed. I have severe lung disease and blood disease from what I did on September the 11th, 2001, and found it most difficult to breathe easy in the hallways. The elevator on this ship sucked. We could not get an elevator when we needed it. The system is totally, completely a failure and posed a lot of problems for my family members and myself due to my condition from my service on September the 11th, 2001. I have disputed my charges with the credit card company and successfully got half my money back, which makes me feel better. We paid for my wife and I to go $4,100, and due to the disputes that I opened up, got back $2,050 credited. I would not and never give Carnival any more chances after this total disaster of a vacation. I'm a very sick September the 11th, 2001 first responder, and this will never happen again. I stay away from Carnival now and NCL, Norwegian, from a past cruise that was a disaster. I do go on MSC Yacht Club level and do Celebrity Aqua Class level. If you do that, you'll have a good time. Signed, Mr. New York does not take crap. And the last part there is a letter that they had attached from Carnival Cruise Lines that has to do with a fine about kids in the hall. Nothing to do whatsoever with this post. So right off the bat, I'm going to say this has to absolutely be fake. Because what's in the comment and the picture of the letter, while it could have been a mistake at posting, those two just don't go together and make no sense. But if you've been on many cruises, how'd you not know to check what you were booking? And definitely, while first responders of September 11th should absolutely be honored, why is it in every other paragraph like you're looking for pity over it? The air conditioning didn't work, but I'm a sick first responder. The elevators weren't right, but I'm a sick first responder. I disputed the charges because I'm a sick first responder. That's just looking for pity or making an excuse for yourself. That's all that is. But you guys tell me, real or fake? Now, I got a short one for you. Again, I say fake. But believe it or not, with all the comments that I've read, it's a possibility that somebody thought this, believes this, and wrote this. Because this day and age, I really don't put anything past people. I just got on the ship, and the king bed I demanded is actually 2 beds put together. The split in the bed is horrifying. I demand RCL give me my money back and turn the ship around. Could you just imagine if that was actually real? That they want a refund and for the ship to take them back home over the fact that it's 2 beds put together, which is what the majority of the cruise lines out there do. So while I think this one has the possibility of being something somebody actually wrote and thought, I still kind of go with fake. Now for our next one, I think this one actually might be real because there are cruisers out there who care so much about what somebody else is doing, they let it affect their vacation. Now, it doesn't directly affect them in no way, shape, or form. It's a perceived inconvenience that these people have. Instead of going on their vacation, enjoying their time, their meal, their day, they're so focused on somebody else, another group, another family, that they must write in comments. They must complain. And of course, you know, it's messed up their entire day. August 1st, we went to La Bistro for dinner. 4 of us in dresses and men in suit jackets. We were sat next to a table of mom and dad, young teenagers with hooded sweatshirts and jeans on. The father looked like he had a work t-shirt on. Mom looked like she was ready to leave the trailer park to go for a cigarette. They proceeded to pile up their dishes like they were at Denny's at 3 a.m. in the corner of the table. Then they even stacked their glasses 4 high, 4 refills. And now, once again, why do we have dress codes in these restaurants? Real question is here's why, once again, are you worried about the people at the table next to you? Why can you not mind your own damn business, enjoy your vacation, your meal, and quit looking down your nose at other people because of what they are doing? You don't know what's going on with that family. What if their luggage didn't make it on board the ship for whatever reason, and that's what they had to wear? You don't know that. Why say anything about the mom about to leave the trailer park for a cigarette? Why does that even need to be included in your comment? That just makes you come across as an elitist jerk who thinks they need to look down on other people while you're on a cruise vacation. And finally, this was on a Norwegian cruise ship. Now, is it just my imagination, or does Norwegian put out commercials that say, come as you are? Do they not say wear flip-flops if you want to? Are they not claiming to have the easiest, lightest, most flexible dress code at sea? I mean, is it not in their commercials? I'm pretty sure it is. So maybe, just maybe, you should mind your business and quit acting like you're better than everybody else. Something we've had to say before, non-refundable means non-refundable, correct? Or does it mean it's non-refundable unless I'm diamond? Because if I'm diamond and it says non-refundable, then that shouldn't mean the same thing as it does to everybody else, right? I should get something different because I'm diamond. Doesn't matter that the fact that I've obviously cruised multiple times to reach diamond, I already know better or should know better. But no. I did something completely wrong, something completely backwards, something I shouldn't have done. It's completely my fault. But I'm diamond, and that means non-refundable should not apply to me. I mean, that's how we all think, right? So, Royal Caribbean sent me a deal that I jumped on and made 3 bookings and gave $1,500 in deposits before finding out later that the dates didn't work. A week later, I canceled that booking and rebooked for different days. Same ship, same itinerary, different dates. I just found out it was a non-refundable booking. Called and asked to have the deposits put towards one of the 5 cruises that I have booked. Royal is telling me tough noogies. Non-refundable is non-refundable, even for a Diamond, Crown, and Anchor member? Anyone have any recourse? There is recourse, believe it or not. And the recourse is for you to stop going, but I'm Diamond, Crown, and Anchor member. What do I do? Well, clearly learn to read, because you made the bookings, said non-refundable, you booked it anyway. Then you went and canceled those bookings, which triggered the non-refundable deposit that you're not going to get back, and then you rebooked them. What you should have done is called the cruise lines and ask about changing your bookings. May have cost you a little bit. They may have been a little fee associated with that, but it probably would have been less than the deposit you lost. But that's not what you did. You canceled and rebooked a non-refundable and then said, but I'm Diamond, Crown, and Anchor. What are we gonna do? Well, hopefully next time you're gonna read. And that's gonna be our video this week. You guys let me know in the comments below. Real posts, fake posts. Stuff that actually happens, trolls just out there trolling. Let me know. Now, if you've enjoyed today's video, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you haven't done so yet, do me a favor and hit subscribe. It is free to do so. Helps our channel grow. Let you know anytime we put out a new video. Hope everyone out there is having a really great day. And like always, we will see you out on the high seas.